Hi guys, welcome back to my Nintendo arcade. We're not actually in the arcade today because this Space Fever here, which I'm about to review, I brought into the house, which the missus is not too happy about, but hey ho, I think it looks great. This game I restored a couple of years ago. This was on eBay. It was a complete and utter dog. So I had it all completely restored, which I'll go into detail in a little bit, but at the moment I just want to show you the gameplay while I've got the camera set up. So basically this is a 1979 game, it's black and white, it's by Nintendo, it's their second game they made, or third game I think, and the first game was Othello, which is basically just based on a board game. This was their real first adventure into the arcade scene with a video game. And they did a colour version of this, which was brought out the same year, but this came out first, a black and white version. And you can see it looks a bit blue. This has got like a tint overlay, original blue tint overlay that goes over the top, so it gives it a lovely blue tint. But underneath is a black and white monitor. So basically it's a total rip-off of Space Invaders, because at the time Nintendo really didn't have a game of their own. But there's three types of the same game. You've got the normal Space Invaders game, which everyone knows. You've got Game B, which is they start with two rows of invaders, and as you shoot them, a new row appears. And Game A, you have two fleets of invaders either side, and they meet in the middle, which is the hardest of the three games. So I'll show you Game A first, because you've probably never seen that. So we coin up, player one, and then it's asking me to select which type of game. So I'm going to go for Game A, and here we go. So as you can see, there's two waves of invaders, and they're meeting in the middle. It throws me out, this game, because normally, I don't know how you guys play invaders, but I usually start on the left, like I'm doing here now, and just shoot the lines as they come up, and then when they turn direction I go up this end, and that's normally when I die. But because just missed it. But because there's two waves and they meet in the middle, that throws that whole game plan out the window. But I like the sounds in this. It's a lot calmer than Space Invaders. Oh, that was an extra life. I think you get extra life at 500. I'm going to have to go this side, I think. Yeah, I always find the original Space Invaders, I love the sound in the original Space Invaders. This is what brought us kids into the arcades. But then I get the heart racing, doesn't it? That thumping sound. This is a cutier version of Space Invaders, but I love it. It's great, and of course it's Nintendo. You know, it's a piece of Nintendo history. So that's Game A. I don't need to show the other games; they're all pretty straightforward. So I'll show you a bit of the cab now. So this is a complete restoration project. The glass I had made up, so it's toughened glass with like a bezel edge. Stop you the young kids scratching their little fingers. This is original. This is a Japanese aluminium sticker that goes on there. Fortunately was not worn or damaged in any way, so that stayed. And the white top underneath the glass was in perfect condition. This is a reproduction instruction decal here, because the other one was completely worn. And so I've just laid that on top of the original one. I'll open up now and show you inside. So there you see, you've got a black and white monitor. I think it's 13 inch. It's quite small. And I'll just move the camera now. So I've got like a blue tinted overlay here, which is held in with these little aluminium brackets either side. That's all original. And you've got like sort of like an instruction decal here for your adjustments for the monitor and soundboard. That's all there. TSF was the name or model number they used on the Space Firebird as well, but they changed these for different games. But I noticed that's on Space Firebird. And then this side as well, we've got more original instruction decals, which are normally just stapled on. I think this one's just glued on. And then we've got, it's all original, because a couple of these turned up on eBay about 4 years ago, and I managed to salvage 2 or 3 of them and make one perfect cab out of the 2 or 3. And I've sold off the spare parts to other collectors around the world that have got this game, or parts of this game. They're missing quite a lot. So this is original monitor shroud. There's the game board with the black and white outlet there, or input, and soundboard down here on another slot, which is separate. And you've got, because it's UK, we've got transformer step down, and the power supply, little speaker over there in the corner. And if I just move this chair back, I can show you the control panel, which I had reproduced because the other one was aluminium with like screen printed Japanese artwork on it, which I absolutely loved, but it was so worn I had to get it redone. So this is actually the most expensive part of restoration, was getting this done, vectorized and printed onto a sticker. But I think it looks pretty cool. Had the coin fascia there all polished up on a buffer. I don't like using coins because they usually scratch. Kids usually put them on the glass top, they get scratched, and I don't know, I don't need coins. I just wired up a black button there, which I think looks pretty cool. And this is original, exact same colour of the original cab, which I had powder coated. So it's been shot blasted and powder coated. And there you can see a little bit further away, I've had the legs polished up because they're aluminium on a buffer. They've all been polished up. The legs, like my space launcher, have been bleached. The little white bottoms there, bleached them. They come up really nice. So yeah, it's a beautiful cab. A lot of people don't like cocktails, but I love them. I think they're great. They look beautiful. They look like a bit of 1970s furniture. Not to everybody's taste, of course, but usually not to women's tastes. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's that. I'll just shut the top. And then the corners I've had re-chromed. My dad collects old British bikes, and normally if he's got a whole load of stuff that he needs to get re-chromed, I usually chuck my bits in with it, so it didn't cost me too much, those actually. So they look really cool. And like my other space launcher, I've had this iron-on veneer put on, because the other was all, kids picked the edges off and it all looked really tatty and horrible, so I scraped all that off, and you get this roll and you just iron it on, and then just trim up the edges, and then make sure you varnish it as well, because otherwise it'll crack, it'll dry out and crack. So you just varnish it. So that's it, guys. That's my Space Fever cocktail, 1979. Really cool, huh? I'll just show you around the other side quickly. Slightly different, it's got a slightly different control panel, which is really cool. I'm not quite sure if these original ball tops are. I've actually got the original black ones that I need to change for that. But there you go, that's it really. A bit better than my last video. That's Nintendo Space Fever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.